Good afternoon. Doug with Stacking Investments here. Yes, I'm excited because I walked into my LCS and I basically walked in what I consider a freaking gold mine. This video is going to be my thoughts on. I'm going to show you a lot of coins. Do not worry about the prices down here because this was part of a lot that I just purchased. I just got home about an hour and a half ago from the LCS. I went down to, I'm going to do another video on something I went down specifically to buy. But this is going to be my thoughts video, and it's a continuation. I already did one. My thoughts video continuation on the discussion started by PMG and AG Stacker. Then I joined in the discussion with my thoughts, and then we have Mark Lewis joining in, and I want to back up, and I'm able to prove a point about a statement or about something I made in my first my thoughts video on the subject. And I know I talk about some things, I talk about things a couple of times in different videos, but it helps to get the point across that I was trying to make. And in my first my thoughts video, and this one's coming out today, and then I have a one that I did, so I'm gonna have a couple coming out. I'll try to get them in order, but I made a statement about possibly the people that are holding cash back waiting for a dip, and I made the point that, you know, you should think about isolating 20% of your stack to sell, and then put that money plus the profits back, so when a pullback happens you can buy back in on the market. Well, I'm going to show you an example of what I did, only I didn't wait for a pullback. And this is extremely lucky. You know, this is something you're going to have to run into a situation like this, like I just did. I'm just like, I can't believe I walked in on this. I walked in and my LCS had this deal. If you go back a couple of videos or a few videos back, I'll try to link that video. I was talking about junk silver, regular junk silver versus silver proof sets, the red packs, and also proof Benjis. And I showed you, which I'd done a couple of videos on, I had 2 tubes full of proof Franklins, 61 to 63, that I had purchased back when junk silver, when we could get it for 13 times face, and I wound up paying 14 times face for those. And what I was talking about in my thoughts video in response to Poor Man's Gold and AG Stacker is that, you know, isolate that 20% to potentially sell on your highs, save the cash, save the profits, don't spend it on anything else, hold it back, wait for your pullback, if that's your investing strategy. Now I want to point out, I am not a financial advisor. I'm just showing you what I do. This is my personal journey. This is stuff that I find. Anything I show is my personal collection. It's my personal views on things. It is how I personally maintain my stack and my numismatic stack. But you also follow my flea market videos. I decided to take the 2 tubes of proofs that I had, card them up, and sell them at the flea market. I sold those proofs for $20 a piece. It's 61, 62, and 63 Franklin proofs. I sold them $20 a piece. I had 2 tubes, 40 coins. You get 20 coins in a tube, so 40 coins. I took those funds, I put it in my pay the house fund off, because that's what I sold them for, to go to contribute to paying my house off. Talk about that a lot. That's my main goal this year. I go to my LCS and I took some cash with me. I pulled some cash out of that fund, and I pulled some cash out of another fund that I have, and I went to the LCS. I went with a specific goal of buying 3 or 4 bullion coins, and I'll get a different video on those and the reasons why why I'm buying those coins, those coins, because they're sovereign coins. And I walk in, and they're in the middle of buying a collection. And I looked through, and I asked to see different trays, and I looked through stuff, and I searched through the junk bin of their halves, and I looked through, they had some junk Peace Dollar, Morgan Dollars, what you would call culls. They were 35, but I looked through to see if there's anything special, any kind of dates or anything like that. And I looked at a couple other items, laid out on the little tray what I wanted. They concluded the deal with that guy. He left. They said, well, we didn't really get anything. We just constitutional, because we were talking about how there's a so-called constitutional shortage, and they had round tubes, not the square tubes, but they had like 40 tubes of Kennedys come in. They had some tubes of quarters. They had tubes of dimes come in, and then carted up from this purchase that they made. They pulled it out and they said 25 times face. I like to fell over. We're talking 57 proof, 58 proof, 59 proof, 59 proof, 60 proof, 61s, 62s, all proofs in this entire stack. 2 for $25. Now, a point I want to make about selling the stack, and yes, I got lucky running up on this. I want to expand on all of this while I'm talking, or while I'm doing this video. But I showed you 2 tubes of proofs that I had bought back, like I said, 13 or 14 times face, and I sold those for $20 a piece at the flea market. I took my profits, and I held that money. Like I said, it went to my house fund. When you think about this, I even got BU coins over here. I got BU Franklins, uncirculated, you know, all of this. There's a few in here of Walking Liberties that I picked out of the batch, but I got proofs and I got uncirculated for the most part on all these Benjis. But by saving my money from selling these proofs at $20 a piece, that's not times face, that's $20 per proof. If you do the math, that would be $40 times face. I save the money. I walk in the coin shop, and at current prices, I buy all these proofs at current 25 times face. I just went with the money I put back, like I was talking about, put back, wait for a pullback. I didn't even wait for a pullback. My proof, if I decide to keep these, went from filling 2 more tubes to filling 3 tubes. So by selling out coins, going to the coin shop, I'm able to roll my money over my original investment from the sale of the 2 tubes. Keep in mind, I had the profits. I took that same money. I've got 3 tubes. I just increased my stack of proofs, if I decide to keep these, by 50%. With technically, you know, if you go, because I held the money, I laid out the money at 14 times face. Yeah, there are going to be people say, oh, well, you spent more money. But if you look at my true cost, I paid 14 times face. I sold them. I grouped the money together, keeping it separate. Money was intended for something else, but I pull that money out, and now I am back to, because of what I did, I am back to not only my original 2 tubes of proofs, I've increased it by another tube. I'm just bringing the visuals out to show you that it can be done. You can increase your stack by isolating and waiting for either pullbacks or awesome deals to come along. I'm just like, I just can't believe I run into this deal. Getting back to the rest of it, I've got to go through and search this stuff. Keep in mind, don't worry about the prices at the bottom. This is the way they bought them. Kennedys came in tubes, quarters came in tubes, the dimes came in tubes, and then the gentleman that sold, there was some walkers, which I'll get to, but pretty much BU Franklins and Proof Franklins at junk silver prices. I'm still shaking over, I can't believe this happened. I got to go through and search these coins to see if anything is upgrades for any of my albums. No, I don't have all the dates. The earliest one's a 51. These are uncirculated at junk prices. I mean, I got everything from 51 through 63s. Yeah, I know 63s, you can find 63s in a junk bin, but if I'm stacking Benjis for just for silver, I'll give you an example. This is what, and I'm actually selling some of this stuff, some of this at the flea market, some of my stack. But what would you rather have in your stack? Would you rather have this circulated stuff? Would you rather have that stuff? Or would you rather have tubes of uncirculated, or better yet, tubes of proofs in your stack? I mean, this is what I'm talking about. This is the way I do things. Not a financial advisor, not slamming on you if you're buying this stuff, because yes, I bought it. I chose to make collections. I've got 13 complete Franklin date mint mark sets, and I actually have all my Benjis sorted by date and tube numbers, so that this is tube number 4, so that if I decide to put another album together, I go through the tubes and everything's in date, and I'll have to go through this too, but I got everything sorted date and mint mark, my date and mint mark for my Benjis. But with this here, I can either choose to sell this at a premium. I mean, even if I go to the market, I will probably take most of these coins, most of these Franklins, and I'll put $20 on them. This is this guy's been stashing away and used to do shows and things like that. He hasn't done shows in a long time, so that's why he was selling. But I will mark these probably $20 a coin. Some of these proofs, probably anything, because I've already done this 61 to 63. I'll put 20 bucks a piece on them. I might get 30 to 40 a piece on these proofs. But the cool thing is, I paid $12.50 a coin, 25 times face. Even if I put 20 a piece on here, and I get somebody come along and they want to buy, you know, I got wiggle room. Even if I sell these for $15 a piece, I still potentially, I get my money back, plus I make $2.50 profit per coin if I decided to sell at 15 a piece. And I've got BU coins, BU uncirculated. I got to go through, look, and then I wound up, before I get into the walkers that I got as part of that, I got an uncirculated. This guy's calling it MS63. It's 55. That's the key mintage date for the Franklins. I will keep this. This stays in my collection because I use it for putting sets together. I also got another key date is your 56 Philly. There's not too many of these. Or 56 is one of the harder dates to get, especially in BU condition. I got it for $12.50. I got it for junk silver price. I keep this one too. There's a couple dates that I keep because they're harder to find. 52Ds, which I didn't see, or 52S, 54S is another hard one. I don't see any of those in here, but I'll go through and see what I got. I'll look for some varieties, some variations. I'll look for the odd years that have the Bugs Bunny version. I'll look for some double dyes. I'll go through the proofs, look for some variations in those before I take them out to the market. But then when it comes to, they also bought some of these Standing Liberty, or the Walking Liberty $50. Got a nice 1917. Got an 18S. I got to verify these with some of my collection. This is 1920. Full date 20. That's a full date 20. I think that's a full date 17. Full date 18. Full date 20. Got a 29D. 29S. 33S. They had a lot of 42s and 43s, 44s. I passed on those. I got some of the harder dates. Always in the junk bin. 17s, 18s, 16s. I pluck those out. Sometimes full date 20s I pull out. Other years it just depends on the condition. I think I pulled 33. I can't remember on the 33s. I think I need this one for one of my collections I'm working on. So I pulled those out. This is everything here, 25 times face. But the point I was trying to make is that I sold my original proofs, held the money back, granted for another purpose. But if I choose to, at current prices, pulling the money out that I put back from selling my proofs, I'm able to buy back in and increase from 2 tubes to 3 tubes with technically no extra out-of-pocket money. It's just I used the money that I sold my proofs. All the money from selling my proofs got reinvested back in, and I increased my stack. So I just want to show that you can, by selling some of your stack, it's not a, this might be a fluke and you're like, oh, I can't find them kind of deals at my LCS. But this is what I found today. And I'm just showing that it can be done. You can sell some of your stack, buy back in with no extra money, just using the money you put back in the profits, and increase your stack. It can be done. Just wanted to show you. Let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think? I'm ecstatic. I can't wait to actually sit down and go through these coins and see what I got, make some upgrades to my collection, or to my collections on these. Go through the proofs, check them out, look for variations, look for anything that might be considered a cameo. This one's looking pretty good. I'll have to check inside and see. It's not a deep cameo, but I got to go through my collection and check these, look them over. But that's what I got today. Getting this video out, like I said, let me know your thoughts. Make sure you go check out PMG, make sure you check out AG Stacker, make sure you check out Mark Lewis, and let's hope some other people get in on the discussion. Let me know your thoughts. I'll see you on another one.